Lars, what was your catalyst for this idea of taking a 30-day sabbatical and really unplugging and, setting your structure up to do that?
Yeah, it was specifically inspired by, I don't have many bromances, but Mike Michalowicz, who wrote the book Profit First, also wrote a book called Clockwork. And I had him on my podcast. I met him at an event. He spoke to, I'm in the highest level of this group. And, he spoke about this clockwork challenge. It's 30 days away from your business. And you're not in anything. So there are no meetings. You're logged out of email. You're not on social media. So I set this date about 9-10 months ago. And I did a 1 week, a couple 2 weeks. I failed at those. So I was surprised that I was able to actually pull this off. I love work. I'm driven. I'm highly driven. I also, if you put me in a situation where you're going to ask me a lot of questions, it probably fills my ego a little bit to be the guy that has all the answers. And in that comes just a never being able to unplug, and so the thing that the biggest, even if you can do it, and John, I saw your video on the 12-hour walk, even if you could take 12 hours and disconnect from business and social media and email just to clear your mind, to not do it for a whole day. So wake up and then go to bed at night and then wake up the next morning and just, that was the biggest thing. I'm out of email, out of Slack, off all social media. And I just have just a peace and serenity that I haven't had in a long time. And I don't necessarily, I still have financial goals that I'm going to hit over the next 5 years. But there's not this need to go out and grind and make money anymore. But I'm still just wired that way, whether it's through a chaotic childhood or, coming from, dirt as a kid or, whatever. We're still wanting to provide, a big future and opportunity for my family. It's still very unnatural, my response to all the stuff I could get my hands in. And you guys have seen it. Like I get my hands in something and it's like, let's, spin it into this big thing. And some things don't need to be, big, complicated things. So that was the inspiration, the Clockwork Challenge, really, really good book on just, thinking your business as a system of systems. Highly recommend that sort of mindset. It's kind of like, to me, it's the updated version of E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. How could your business run without you? And I think everyone, I think real estate agents need to consider that. Like, if you're going to get any time off, any freedom whatsoever, there's like 12 different jobs you could do as a real estate agent, but you need to envision most of those jobs being done by other people. You don't need to be the one showing homes. You don't need to run the lockbox or put the yard sign or take the pictures or design the brochure or enter, listing into MLS. There are folks that are, created uniquely by God to do those things that are willing to do them at a fraction of the money you want to make. So your freedom starts with just drawing a line in the sand about, like, AJ mentioned it, what's your target hourly wage? What do you want to earn in your real estate business? And then work backwards from there. If you want to make $100 an hour and you're making $25 an hour, stop doing all the things that you could outsource for less than $20 an hour. And then you'll go from, 25 to 50 to 100 and then upwards from there. So, and then it could be infinite, so the last 30 days, I'd struggle to say I worked an hour, but for the income I made, the hourly wage is ridiculous. So now it's inspired me, like, how can I get my work week to, like, literally I'm looking at my calendar. I want to get it Tuesday through Thursday, 12 to 4 p.m. If I can get it down to probably I'm going to stick to the Monday through Thursday, 12 to 5. So a 20-hour work week. And just, and the cool thing is I got on the phone with Jessica. First thing I did, 11:30 on Monday morning. I had literally just left Julie downstairs and I said, honey, I didn't miss a thing. Like I literally missed nothing outside of our, long Voxer conversations and stuff like along those lines with the higher level thinkers. I didn't miss anything. And I wondered if I would even tell that to Jessica, because she's still gainfully employed. She's been in my world for 13 years. And first thing she says is like, all I need you for is content. Literally, I don't need you for anything else. Like, she's running the sales team. She's running, the whole business she ran, and the team figured out how to do all the things I was peppering in my opinion on. The team figured out, and we're a team of like 5 or 6 people, but 4 of them are VAs, and in Brazil, in Philippines, we have. So it's not like these aren't not like highly, I mean, they're great team players, but it's not like they're 100K people. And people are smart and they want to succeed and they want to do right. And you give them a little bit of guidance, people can figure shit out on their own. So long-winded answer to your question, but part of me just wanted to see how well it could run without me. And now if I'm being honest, I'm struggling of how I really want to insert myself back into, what things do I really need to do every week? The fun things are, showing, and John and AJ, you guys share this, showing up for the people that are building. That's the most fun. And it's like massive leverage as well. So it's a compound effect, just kind of sticking yourself in those things.
My wife used to say when I went on vacation that I would spend the first 2 days kind of unwinding and like relaxing, and then the last 2 days winding back up with stress going back to the office. And I found that to be true when I went on my extended trip for 14 months too. I would say the first 3 months, I was still worried about like things back home at the office. And it took me a good few months to really get into like that new pace of life. Did you find in your 30 days or AJ, when you took your year-long trip, did you guys find that to be the same for you too?
Well, I'm definitely like on a vacation, like the historical way to do vacation. Like I'm definitely like Julie, like on the beach, laying there, like just annoying her. She's already like into her book and she's just chill, and I'm like, antsy. So that's definitely been the case for me, but now I'm just not going to go back to it. Like I'm pretty committed to not go back to it.
Yeah. For me, it was a pretty easy transition, and I wasn't completely unplugged like you, John. I remember you put like, the blurry, colorful lines that you get, when we used to actually have cable television. When your cable goes out, you get all those lines. I remember that was your Facebook profile for like a year. So I didn't go that extreme. So I was still kind of plugged in a little bit. My hours were just down to 5 to 10 a week. And man, I can still, like right now, even though I got things I need to get done, I could take off for a week and put it all on hold for next Monday or next Tuesday and not even care. So that's probably a skill I have because I'm a master procrastinator. So it's maybe a superpower that it doesn't bother me to put things off too much. I've always been that way throughout school and everything. But man, what I like about this conversation is just listening to you guys talk about how you think about things. Because in the world today, really the how-to type stuff that you can see on YouTube or how to like build your real estate business through sales, it's all just how to. It's a commodity, that type of information. Whereas I think a lot of people need help. And what I'm personally looking for is like how to grow in my thought processes. And it's cool just hearing you guys talk about this. I'm hoping, who's ever watching this is going to take away a lot from this call today. Cause this is what's important. I still need to read the book, this, what is it? The 7 Regrets of the Dying. Is that what it's called? Have you guys read it?
I heard Azul talk about it.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah. Azul, great YouTube channel, by the way, if you guys want to check him out, Azul, Azul. But I haven't read it, but I know what's not in it is no one regrets not working more when they die. Mm-hmm. So the stuff that we're talking about here is really the most important stuff. Like how do you live better? How do you, spend time with those that you love better? How do you give better, serve better? So it's exciting. I think for real estate agents, they can benefit a lot from putting some standards in place, getting an idea of what you want your ideal week to look like, probably increasing lead generation activities so that you have more confidence to say no to certain opportunities, because that's going to have to happen. As a real estate agent, you might lose that buyer who's adamant going out every Sunday afternoon if you don't want to work Sundays. But when you got that lead flow, you can do that. And then the next step, to do what Lars did, 30 days off, coming back yesterday, John a year off, me a year off, you got to figure out how to create residual income outside of your active work. As long as you're always trading hours for dollars, you'll never be free. So you can do that as a real estate agent by investing your money, maybe in index funds, real estate investments, or with our company, EXP, residual income through revenue share, and then the stock opportunity. And the revenue share is what created freedom for me about 5 years ago now. And now I'm super excited to just keep investing the money that I'm earning. Just this past week, I closed on a rental property on Friday, single family. And then I invested a significant amount of money in a chain of car washes in South Carolina. And that's through a syndication. So it's how do you take the active income that you're earning, redeploying it, not spending it, just redeploying it into other investments that are going to create more residual income than doing it over and over and over. And it's a snowball effect. And that's been a lot of fun, and something that I'm really passionate about is helping people kind of do some lifestyle design around, that.